Hi, I'm Evans Mirageas, Artistic Director of Cincinnati Opera, and I'd like to invite you to join me for a special tour of Music Hall as we prepare for Verdi's Aida. So, first stop inside Music Hall is the ticket office. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Scott.
Hi.
How are tickets going for Aida?
Oh, they're going great.
Great.
They're
A lot of four full houses, you think?
Pretty close. We're
But
gonna get close.
If
Now,
I want a ticket, can I get one still?
you still can.
All
Sunday
right.
and Tuesday are your best bets.
Terrific. Thanks, Scott. All right, first stop backstage is a place that audience members never get to go, the orchestra pit. So right now we're directly under the stage of Music Hall, and we're coming out into the pit itself where the musicians play. Some 60 members plus of the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra play in this production of Aida. And the pit is a literal minefield of microphone cables for the radio broadcasts, lights on the stands for the musicians, and of course, the podium, where Maestro Richard Buckley will be conducting this performance. Now, when you're sitting in the theater, of course, all you see is the back of his head and sometimes his arms. But when he's in the pit, he's commanding all of the members of the orchestra and the 100+ people that are up on the stage for Aida.
I love makeup. One of the thing I love makeup because it's changed everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
If I met you on the street and I met you as Ramfis, I wouldn't recognize you.
I'm sure. Look at me.
Maybe that's a good thing. Lisa, as a young singer just starting out, did you ever imagine you'd be singing Aida?
Actually, yes, I did. Because I certainly, as a young girl, saw Leontine Price, and I could see myself doing that. And I think that was a major catalyst in pursuing this field. That, to me, is such an amazing privilege to be an inspiration for another young singer, because I have been in that place and I know the desire and the vision that you see projected in a person. So I really try to bring the purity of my soul through my singing and through my acting to touch individuals in the audience.
Thank you, Lisa, very much.
Thank you.
This room is normally called our large rehearsal hall because it's where we rehearse before we get onto the stage. But for Aida, because we have so many costumes and so many performers, this is also a temporary dressing area. Now, you see behind you more than 100 masks for Aida and some of the 200+ costumes for the show. It requires enormous forces to put on this opera, and so we have to commandeer this room for the men and women of the chorus to change into their costumes. This is about as much of a bird's eye view as you'll ever get. This is what our singers see. All 3,417 seats of Music Hall. But of course, during a performance, they're filled with people. Roaring, cheering people, we hope. We're going from the carpentry shop into what we use as the paint shop. Here, sets are refurbished and made to look so beautiful on stage that you won't know that they're made out of styrofoam and melamine and masonite. But of course, since this is an incredibly, incredibly complicated and huge cast of characters, we also use this area in this particular production for making up our dancers. And we have over here our dancers getting made up in the body paint that will be used to make them look like Egyptian warriors doing the famous ballet in the second act of the opera. Is dancing ballet within the context of an opera any more difficult than dancing a ballet when there's no other singers on stage and it has a live orchestra as well? Are there any particular challenges of dancing within an opera?
Well, within this opera particularly, I'd say one of the difficult challenges is our costumes and headdresses. I'm not sure if everyone knows, our headdresses weigh about like 6 to 10 pounds.
I'm sitting on a portion of the massive stage set for Aida, which is part of the triumphal scene, which is the climax to the second act of the opera, and one of the biggest scenes in all of opera. By the end of this scene, there will be more than 120 people on stage, as well as Eric, the great eagle from Cincinnati Zoo, all of our soloists, and the Cincinnati Symphony roaring away in the pit, and the great Cincinnati Ballet dancing their hearts out on the stage. It's why it's called Grand Opera.